They did it again! They did it again. Hey everybody, it's Steve Dangle, and welcome to another episode of Steve's Dangits, where we look at the biggest bloopers, dangits, whatever the hell you call them, from around the NHL over the past week. If you're a Habs fan and you find me annoying, I'd like to welcome you to the best day of your life. And if you're a Leaf fan, I'd like to welcome you to every spring ever! Producer Drew, carry me. Carry me, I need your help through this video. Let's start with dangits. Let's just start. Oh, but let's save the Leafs. Let's save them. We got another round one dangit, though. Listen. There are often questionable goalie interference calls, and I avoid calling them out in these videos because I want it to be truly egregious. What on earth is this?
Haig, he'll walk it around. Stevenson, a shot, he scores! Chandler Stevenson finds a way, and this game is tied.
And Cam Talbot says, wait a second, he throws his arms in the air. He thought he was interfered with. And let's see what the Minnesota coaching staff decides. The officials are there to look. There you see Tuck. He's in the crease. There is contact. Talbot didn't see it. And Stevenson just looked up and saw all the traffic and just said, I'm going to throw it there. I don't think that Talbot ever saw it. Tuck, you see him in the crease.
There's no goal due to goaltender interference.
Wow. Now, if you're Vegas, do you challenge because the call on the ice was no goal?
It's challenging the call that there was no goaltender interference prior to the goal.
Now, if the Golden Knights are wrong, it is a power play for the Minnesota Wild for delay of game against Vegas.
Yeah, so the question becomes, could Cam Talbot play his position? There you see the contact there, and he's trying to move over. I don't think that they're going to count this.
After video review, it's been confirmed that there was goaltender interference. There is no goal on the play.
What? Someone add an O to Tuck because he didn't even touch him! Can we find footage of the Ducks goal that was allowed to stand against the Oilers from a few years ago? Can we? I just want to put these two plays side by side. Great league, good league, very good. That's a dang it. You know what's amazing? This one from Carolina, Nashville might be worse.
Fost will get a stick to it from Fogle. Back to Fost. Spins it back to the point for Slavin. Slavin. The wrist one. No score! Deflected out in front. Jesper Fost gets his first playoff goal as a Carolina Hurricane. And the Canes have tied it at 2.
The net front that has been lacking, and this was layers of it. I just said Jacob Slavin has been involved in the offense. This was holding on for a split second, allowing the net front, Fogle, Fost, and Staal to come to fruition. And it's Jordan Staal, who had just been shaken up, that has this puck go legally off his skate and in the net. Johansson's skate was there too. It may have gone off of Johansson's. No matter what, I don't see anything approaching a distinct kicking motion. Nashville is delaying for a second. I don't see anything that would fall into the category of goalie interference. It looks like we could have a challenge coming, an announcement from Frederic Lecoullier.
Nashville is challenging the play to see if there was a goaltender interference prior to the goal.
Power play. Nothing, nothing, nothing. No, that's not goalie interference for me. If anything, it's Josi who creates contact. Fogle has a clear awareness of where the crease is. Now it is the right skate of Fogle's, but then it departs.
After reviewing the play, it was determined that the goaltender couldn't play his position. We had goaltender interference, incidental contact, no goal.
This is why I was so insulted. I was so insulted when the NHL released that little statement around the Kadri suspension. So there appears to be some confusion about the repeat. Shut up! Are you calling your fans stupid? Is this a statement from the National Hockey League saying that their fans are stupid? Is that what you think? Or are you the worst communicators in sports? So that was that. This? How do you go to a hockey game and understand what's going on. How do you pick this sport up? People do, because hockey is wonderful, but these goaltender interference calls make sure to make it as hard as possible. Shocking. That's a dang it. Hey, speaking of things that are the NHL's fault, here's Ryan Reeves getting suspended.
By the glove of Grubauer, Reeves in front, and he is going to wrestle down Graves. And everyone will pile around again.
Well, Kevin Bieksa makes a good point at the end of the day. When the dog is lying down, you leave it alone and you just get through the game. And when you wake the dog up, then you create a bit of animosity, and Graves has certainly done that. And now he's the one on the ice right now. Reeves is over there. And
Pietrangelo at the bottom, saw it on him. Jost will jump on top of Pietrangelo. Marchessault trying to pull out for the pile. The dog's awake now.
I'm not sure if Graves is hurt. That's the problem. He's lying on the ice, and the linesman is trying to wave the trainer over.
Yeah.
So, you know, and the other players that are around him are going to have to be cognizant that he's lying there, and he is injured. With a cross-check on the top of his mask right there. And then Graves is standing there, and there's the face wash. And then down he goes, but he didn't go down extremely hard. He went down slow, but I'm not sure if while he was down, if that knee right to the face right there of Reeves might have squished his nose.
Wow. Okay, so like kneeling on Ryan Graves' head and cross-checking the goalie. No, you're not allowed to do any of that stuff. And it led to a 9-minute power play for the Colorado Avalanche, which I laughed at. But, hey, that's not Ryan Reeves' game. It's not. When was the last time he did anything dirty? Oh, what's that? Like a few days before this.
Brown takes it in behind the net. Banks it out to the wall to Martinez, but a penalty here.
Brown down low, and there's a look as Reeves kind of bumps into Suter.
Oh, it's weird that he didn't learn his lesson from that. What's that? There was no lesson? You adequately punish Ryan Reeves for what he did to Ryan Suter. This does not happen, or you at least decrease the likelihood. It's called a deterrent, and the NHL has no such thing. It's an embarrassment. That's a dang it. Now, getting to plays that have nothing to do with the officials, finally, we can actually focus on the hockey players. The New York Islanders, the dang it generators, man. They just bring out the worst in everybody, and they have a knack for doing it in overtime. Here's what they did against the Boston Bruins.
Ritchie will step in the zone, out in front, stopped by Varlamov. Carson Kuhlman looking for that one. Lauzon blocked, it's a breakaway. Casey Cizikas with the game on his stick, he scores! Casey Cizikas wins it in overtime, and the Islanders have tied the series.
Lauzon had the puck at the blue line on the boards. He tries to make a pass all the way across. It hits a skate, and that allows Cizikas to pick it up and go back the other way and end this game. What a shot right over the right shoulder of Tuukka Rask. Lauzon right here, 55 has it, hits a zone man skate, and here comes Cizikas and the finish. A high rising shot over the right shoulder.
Oh, buddy! Lauzon with the pass. It was a stiff pass. It was a hard pass. The only problem, it was to his teammates' feet. Casey Cizikas goes, I play for the Islanders! And he's just opportunistic and flies the other way, snipes it. Overtime winner. Ooh, that's a good goal. But for Lauzon, that's a dang it. And now, the Leafs. You all know the story by now, but let me give it to you. The Leafs, they lose John Tavares in Game 1, and they lose Game 1, but it's very tight. It's 2-1. So, how are they going to respond? Game 2, dominant win. Game 3, it's a tight win, but it's exactly the sort of game that the Habs want to play, and the Leafs won it. Game 4, 4-0 victory for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's as complete and thorough a playoff win as they've had in at least a decade and a half. Game 5, Montreal has their best game of the series so far in the series. They go up 3-0. 1, 2, 3. 2 goals from Jake Muzzin. The Leafs climb all the way back, tie it at 3s, and force overtime. And a minute in, Alex Galchenyuk does this.
Moves up. Leafs play 5 defense, but broken up. Cole Caulfield in alone here, along with Suzuki, and off the pin. Nick Suzuki's won it for Canadians, and we will have a Game 6.
9 seconds in, there's a no-look pass, a blind one, a little give and go. Suzuki, Caulfield right back, and you could see the reaction. Just one of those plays that you can't make at the offensive line, and this one, short passes, quick reaction, and right off the back of the net.
Bruh, just... You know what's amazing? Look at this. Like, Drew, if you can freeze on the scenario that Galchenyuk has in front of him, he hooks this pass to Alex Kerfoot in the high slot. Willie Nylander's in front. They could have ended... they could have ended the series. Nope. Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki absolutely play with their food and force a Game 6. That's a dang it. In Game 6, Montreal plays their best game of the series again. Newly. The Leafs play their worst, but guess what? Montreal goes up 2-0 in the third period. The Leafs tie it up again and force overtime. And in overtime, they're a new team. There are 15 shots in this overtime, and the Leafs have 13 of them. On the Habs' second shot of the overtime, generated by this mistake. Just show it.
Paul Byron to Shea Weber and back. Travis Dermott lost it inside the line. Chance Kotkaniemi scores! Yes, Perry, Kotkaniemi, and there will be a Game 7 Monday night.
The puck to the middle. Looked like puck was going to go back the other way. Dermott can't control it, and then Bogosian creating the screen on the quick release, and Kotkaniemi goes glove side and finds a way to get past Campbell to end this game and send us back to Toronto for a Game 7.
And as you mentioned, one of those nights the goaltender's so good and had to go in off a defenseman.
What was that move? Travis Dermott had an otherwise excellent game in Game 6, in my humble opinion. But make no mistake, you cannot make that move in the defensive zone unless you're the five-time WCW champion. Are you the five-time WCW champion? Jesperi Kotkaniemi, who was a healthy scratch in Game 1, by the way. So was Cole Caulfield, who assisted on the Game 5 winner. He ends it, and he forces a Game 7. That's a dang it. And I guess the biggest dang it of all, 6,250, is it 6,251 today? Days since the Leafs last won a playoff series. In 2004, more than half my life ago! They lost Tavares, they looked dominant without him! They lost Muzzin, they mounted a 2-goal comeback without him! And Game 7 is easily their worst game of the series. Just like Game 5 was the Leafs' worst game of the series against Columbus last year, and Game 7 was their worst game of the series against the Bruins in 2019. They had a guy win the Rocket. They had a different guy finish top 5 in scoring. Jack Campbell broke an NHL record with 11 straight wins this season. The defense 1 through 6, as good as it's ever been. Great mix of young and old, experienced and youthful skill. This timid team that wouldn't say boo to a goose, all of a sudden they're hitting guys and they're punching guys and they're fighting back and they got attitude and they finished first place in the division. And this happens. I don't know how I'm ever gonna value the Leafs' regular season performance again. They're probably going to play 82 games next season, right? Assuming everything gets back to normal, they're going to play 82 games. How do I care about any of the 82? How do I find it in me? Until they get to the second round, I simply won't believe it. I won't believe it. They could finish 82-0. There's no sports team like this on the face of the planet. And I cheer for them. There's the dang it. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment in the comment box down below. Are there any that I forgot? But for now, click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like to. Tell all your friends. We got a best of our live streams video that's up on this YouTube channel. And unfortunately, it's all you're going to get because the Leafs lost again.